Listen, I just want you guys to answer my questions.
No, I will.
I don't want to be rude about this, but technically, yes or no is about the worst answer you could have given me. Either she gave you $2,500 or she did. All I asked was, did she give you
She
$2,500?
did,
Okay, so we all agree on that.
yes,
And that was supposed to be the initial deposit, right?
yes.
Okay, Hall and Top Speed Performance and tried to resolve this?
Your Honor, we
I
have,
just asked if you tried to resolve it.
we have,
Any sense in you guys talking again?
I don't think so.
Okay, come on up here, folks. Your name, Ms. Malinowski, again?
Jill.
And your name, sir?
Israel Cameron,
All right, you're the defendant. Who's this with you?
my wife.
What is your name, ma'am?
Sabrina.
All right, you're not, how do you spell your last name?
CAMARENA.
Okay. I'm not sure really what this is, but I'm gonna tell you all, you have the right, or at least you, Mr. Camarino, and you, ma'am, Ms. Malinowski, that you have the right to have the case removed to the General Civil Division. If you do that, you will, be able to preserve certain rights. If you proceed in small claims, you're giving up the right to appeal my decision, to hire a lawyer, to demand a trial by jury, and to the extent that you might be entitled to it, ma'am, in excess of $7,000 you could sue for. If you waive those rights, you're staying here, but you can't appeal my decision, even if it's the worst you've ever heard of. You can't have a jury trial. You can't hire a lawyer. Do you understand that? Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Do you wish to give up those rights and proceed here or have the case removed,
I
ma'am?
wish to proceed here, Your Honor.
Sir,
I'll proceed here.
you waive those rights?
Yes.
Raise your right hands, everybody. Are you a witness?
Yes.
Raise your right hands, everybody. You solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you give in these proceedings will be the whole true self you got, ma'am?
Yes.
Sir,
Yes, I do.
ma'am?
Yes.
All right. So I'm reading this police report narrative.
He's walking in. He was in the jury room.
I'm asking you to, he wanted 2,500 upfront and 25 at the end of the job for parts and labor, right? To do your kitchen?
Yes, that's what he asked for.
Did you guys have a contract?
We had a verbal contract. It was 5,000.
Why do you guys do that? Why would you do verbal? I wouldn't verbalize a contract over this pen. You can't,
There's documentation in here, Your Honor.
let me see what you got. What didn't he do? You can hand that right to her. What didn't he do?
He started.
How much did you pay him, by the way?
Paid him $2,500 to start the job.
Okay, is that true?
70, yes and no.
I have his.
Wait a minute. Woo,
I have.
woo. What do you mean technically, yes?
So-
Did she give you 2,500 bucks or
She
didn't
did, she
she?
did give me a deposit.
Was it 2,500?
Yes,
All right, then what do you mean technically?
But-
Listen, I just want you guys to answer my questions.
no, I will.
I don't want to be rude about this, but technically, yes or no is about the worst answer you could have given me. Either she gave you 2,500 bucks or she did.
She
All
did.
I asked was, did she give you
She
2,500?
did,
Okay, so we all agree on that.
yes,
And that was supposed to be the initial deposit, right?
yes.
Okay, so then tell me what happened.
During that course of time, he came and installed a refrigerator.
Installed, when did you give him the 2,500 bucks? What day?
Was given to him to start the kitchen on 12/6/25.
Okay,
During the course of that time, $400 was given to him on 12/21 for extra work that needed to be done in the kitchen. And
wait a minute. Now, did you guys amend the contract? Or was that just toward the 5,000?
that was a little extra because he ran into some problems and needed the extra 400
Well, okay.
to correct those issues that he ran into.
You know, you guys would save yourselves a lot of time if you got lawyers and money to deal with these. So you gave me 400 bucks. Do you have it documented what that was for?
Yes, I do. It is in there. It is for the extra work that needed.
What kind of extra work?
The plumbing underneath the sink.
Okay.
Needed to-
Is that true?
Yes, negative.
Okay, how much did she give you?
So the 400 that she's talking about was not for that. The plumbing was done almost at the end of the.
What was the 400
job
for?
there. the 400 that were there was for additional parts to install the fridge. So the $2,500 went towards installing the fridge in the wall, which initially was not supposed to be in the wall. It was supposed to be out the wall.
I see.
And I gave her an idea of putting the fridge where she had a closet, open up the wall and insert the fridge in there. So that was the
You have documentation to tell me that the 400 extra was for the plumbing underneath the sink.
He came across, yes,
Where's your documentation?
it's in the packet, sir.
You gotta
I
be
have
a little,
signatures.
wait, slow down. You gotta be a little bit more specific on that.
And there's the pictures that were taken of what the kitchen.
Now, you guys wrote, gave Israel $400 for the extra work that needed done for kitchen. That's what it wrote. You both signed it. Now,
Yeah.
how am I supposed to guess at that? I don't know what that means. Does that mean for the plumbing? Does it mean for extra parts because you wanted the refrigerator inserted into the wall as opposed to outside?
The original plan was for to have the refrigerator put into the
All
wall.
right, so where do you have that at?
That was in the cost for the whole remodel.
All right, you have that documented.
Yes, it is, the floor plan is in there.
Okay, slow down. Slow down. Let me just look. I'm telling you, well, I don't see anything that says,
Your Honor, can I show you this? So you can see the date and the time?
I mean, I want to know from her first.
Okay.
Where's it documented here? What date?
It's on the pictures. He started the job on 12
Did you
days.
give me the pictures?
Yes, they are in that folder.
Are they in the folder here, Jennifer? Oh, the whole folder?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
that's okay. All right. What am I supposed to do here, man? I mean, I don't mean to sound
I just.
rude, but I can't. But you've got 25, 30 pictures here. And you're gonna have to find documentation in here right now that tells me the $400. Here you go, Sadie. I don't wanna have to, I don't wanna have to go through everything here. You're gonna have to present your case. Tell me where in there that you have documentation that tells me your extra $400 payment was for the plumbing as opposed to where the kitchen is, where the fridge is going to be inserted. Just wait 1 second, give her a minute.
No problem. Be patient.
You know what I think I'm gonna do, Jennifer? I'm gonna do a video that tells people how to deal with small claims. And then I don't have to-
From the plumbing that was done underneath the sink.
Now, wait a minute. Hang. Did you do new plumbing work under the sink?
Yes, I did.
So now how does this picture tell me that the $400 was for that as opposed to where he's putting the refrigerator?
The original plan, when we came and discussed this job,
You've got to show me the documents.
it is written out.
Show me.
It was in that original packet, sir.
I want you to show me. Look, here's the deal, everybody.
All monies that were transferred and work was not done.
Ma'am, you already showed me this. You said gave Israel $400 for the extra work that needed done for kitchen, December 21, 25. This does not tell me doesn't come close to telling me whether that was for where the refrigerator was going to go.
The refrigerator was included in the $2,500 at the start of the job.
Show me where. You're not showing me still. You're still not showing me. You gotta show me. This is the problem when people try to do things on their own. Look,
Your Honor,
just wait one second, please. Mr. Harris, Mr. Donofrio, listen, guys. I read your motions. Where's Mr. Harris? Can he, when he comes back out, I'll get him.
I'm here, Judge.
Look, can you pop in here? Listen, here's the deal. I read your motions. I got two small claims cases that look like they're gonna take a long time. I'm going to mass at 12 o'clock. My father died 40 years ago today, and I'm not gonna be late, and it's about a 15-minute drive. Can I get you two to pick a time tomorrow when you can come in here?
Absolutely, Judge.
Oh, sure, Judge.
Let's do that. Would you chat with them, Jennifer, and pick a time for tomorrow, please? I don't care. I know I got state. It's all right. We can do it at 8:30 whenever they're available. I'm sorry about this. I really am. These
No.
small claims are gonna take, they just take time, and I'm really sorry.
No problem, Your Honor, not at all.
Okay, so Jennifer, pick a time with them that's convenient for both. If they can't do it tomorrow, we'll do it Wednesday, okay? Thanks.
Okay, Your Honor, I'm gonna just take them into a breakout room.
Thank you very much. All right. Now, ma'am, I want you to listen. I don't want to get bogged down in this one end. Do you have documentation that $5,000 included putting the refrigerator back into a inserted area? When you say inserted, that's what you told me, right?
Yes, it was a closet behind the
Right.
that wall, because the first initially was gonna stick out. So
Do you have documentation that tells me that that $400 was for the plumbing instead of that, ma'am?
No, the total cost was for five, and
I know, but does the $5,000 total cost include putting the refrigerator?
Yes,
Where,
Yes.
show me where that documentation is.
it's Dave Israel's deposit.
Ma'am. You gotta,
It was agreed upon us that $5,000 was to.
if you don't have it in writing, that's fine. Just tell me that. If you do have it in writing, show me where. That for the $5,000, he's gonna do X, Y, Z,
Yes.
but show me where.
It's listed on here for
Show me where. Read it to me.
door molding.
Read it to me. Read that part to me.
Kitchen.
Read that part to me where he says he's gonna do that, and you're gonna. That's included in the initial $5,000.
I don't have documentation of that.
That's all I've been asking you.
Okay.
And you told me yes 4 times, and now you're telling me no. You don't, so I just need you guys to answer my questions. Small claims are difficult. They're very difficult for judges because people want to talk about what. All right. So you guys have a dispute as to whether or not the $400 was paid for the resetting of the fridge or the plumbing underneath. Okay, what else happened? Underneath the sink, I should say.
From the start of the job, the $2,500 was given to start the job. On numerous occasions, we had agreed that he could only work weekends, which I agreed to, that was fine. On the weekends that he was supposed to show up.
Guys, hang on. Mr. Hall, do you live in Detroit on Aurora? You had to drive here, right? If I get all your documentation, so you don't have to come back, and you can do it, you know how to operate Zoom? I just don't think I'm gonna get through all these. I can tell. They probably think it's simple too. Why don't you guys go out and talk again, okay? You guys. I'm just telling you, I don't think I can get through it, and I hate to have you wait for another 45 minutes only for me to not get through it. Why don't you guys go talk? Do you have a contract that sets forth all of this?
Yes.
You guys see what you can resolve. If not, I'll be happy to adjourn it. I hate to do that to you. I'm sorry. Small claims can take nothing and they can take all day. Go ahead, Ms. Malinowski. So what else?
So at the beginning of the job, when the $2,500 was given, the refrigerator was placed into the wall that was in the original plan.
You didn't say that. It's not in writing, but you're telling me that's the verbal
This is
agreement.
what we agreed upon.
Okay, and then what?
He came in, he did do the fridge. After the fridge was installed, I had to wait on cabinets to come in from Lowe's. There was a problem with the cabinets, so it was put on hold for a minute.
Okay, what do you mean a
My
minute?
door,
What do you mean a minute?
I had to wait for 6 weeks for them to redo a cabinet because it came in damaged.
Okay,
So in the course of
but it
that,
wasn't his fault yet, right?
that was not his fault.
Okay.
You're right.
So go ahead. So now we're into February before the cabinet work's gonna be done, right?
Yes,
Okay, go ahead.
so January. He asked for $900 on the 13th of January. For the supplies to buy the door moldings, the stain, burn the wood. For the kitchen, ceilings, door moldings coming in and out of the kitchen. And labor.
Okay, is
So
that true?
Yes,
And that $900 for what? Was for what?
was to purchase the wood,
Baseboard you're talking about?
the molding,
Right.
yeah. To purchase the molding, just regular, 1x4s, burn them up, stain them, and install
Okay,
which I have not seen the price for.
where's that at?
them. So her house is 15 minutes away from Home Depot and Lowe's.
Wait a minute. He never did that work?
No,
You never did that work?
I didn't install it
Why?
because the problems that we were running into, doing this, doing that, change this,
Wait a minute.
everything was getting changed. The original plan of this was just cabinets. And.
When is the last time you did work at that property address?
Yes.
When?
When was the last time?
Has he been back there after he did the initial work and?
No, I couldn't.
He was.
Well, then you clearly owe her money, right?
He was.
However, money.
No, he's been back, because it was raining that day, he went back, yes, he did go
No.
back.
Wait, I was asking him the question.
Yes, no, I went back on a Saturday.
When?
Um,
What month?
I'll give it to you right now. I think that's-
Am I right that so far you were paid $3,800?
Yes,
And what percentage of the work have you done?
that's what I'm trying to explain to you, so you could get a perfect understanding. She should have the first picture of the diagram, how the job was gonna be done, which was nothing with a fridge inserting it, no molding, no drywall work. Just me go into the house, install cabinets, install the sink, move the electrical for the stove from one end to the other end of the, where the cabinets were gonna be at. That was the only thing.
Let me ask you a question.
There was no top cabinet.
Let me ask you a question. When you asked for the $900 addition. Up until that point. Well, let me ask you this. When you got the initial $900, have you performed any other work at her residence?
Yes,
What have you done?
I started doing the plumbing, started moving the plumbing where I needed it to be at, where the sink was gonna go. So everything was gonna get changed around.
How many hours did you work?
It was just weekends,
I didn't ask you that.
no,
No, no,
how
guys,
many hours?
guys, I want you to answer my question.
I couldn't tell you how many hours. I mean, it was
Well, you gotta kind of know this, don't you?
12-hour days,
Pardon?
just on the weekends,
I,
Saturday and
it
Sunday.
could be 6 in the morning until midnight. It could be from 10 to 2. I need to know how many hours that you worked there after she gave you the $900.
I couldn't tell you, Your Honor.
Well, then you don't have a very good case here. How many hours of work did he do, man? After you gave him the $900 additional payment?
Maybe between 8 hours.
Is that fair?
No,
How many did you do? You can't tell me, so how can you dispute the 8 hours?
after those 900.
Listen to me.
The
I'm gonna ask the
policy-
question again. I'm gonna ask the question again. After she gave you the $900, how many hours did you work at her residence after you received the $900 that was supposed to be for the moldings, the staining, installation?
I just went and, say 8 hours.
Okay,
I'll say no.
so you agree.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
What did you do in those 8 hours?
I went to go purchase after those $900, I went to go purchase the material.
What materials?
1x4s,
How much did those materials cost?
1x6, she had the receipts.
How much did the materials cost?
Do not have the receipts. The money was given to him on the 13th of January for the moldings to stain and burn the wood, for the door moldings inside, outside the kitchen door, the ceiling in the kitchen, and there's like a,
So to stain and burn the wood and to buy the moldings, right?
yes,
And what else? Anything else that she was supposed to do for that $900?
no, and plus labor. He
Plus-
Included the labor.
Now,
I was, yes,
was that toward the 5,000? Was that supposed to be toward the 5,000 you paid, or was that going to be in addition to the
that
5,000?
was in addition to the $5,000 to do the total job.
So you were gonna pay him 5,900 at this point, right? And what did you do? Did you buy the moldings?
Yes, everything was placed.
Okay,
in-
stop there, young lady. I don't know who you're related to here. Her, right? Who's this? I know, but just,
She,
I know, I get it, but I don't need people, I don't need them shaking their head up and down or side to side.
I bought her as a witness.
That's fine.
She was in the-
How many hours did you work there, including purchase of the materials? And of those 8 hours that I think we've all agreed to, or at least you two have agreed to, that you worked, how much of that included purchasing the materials?
Purchasing the material was like around 600.
Wait a minute, what does that mean? That's how much you actually paid for the materials?
Just for what I needed for the meantime, yes.
Guys, okay, so I'm asking you, of the $900 additional that she paid you on January the 3rd, was it?
January 13th.
13th, I'm sorry. You said you spent 8 hours, right?
Yes,
And that included going to purchase the materials, right?
that was just including to purchase the material, yes.
What do you mean, just including?
That was not the installation wasn't.
Are you telling me you spent 8 hours, the whole 8 hours purchasing the
No,
materials?
no.
Okay, so listen to my question very carefully. I think I'm doing a pretty poor job here. How much time did you spend going and getting materials after she gave you the $900?
I would say like between 4 and 5 hours, between 4 and 6 hours.
How many, where'd you go? Home Depot?
Home Depot.
How many trips did you make?
One trip,
It took you 4 to 6 hours to buy the materials?
yes.
Am I missing something?
They gotta get the wood that I need from the top shelf, so I have to wait
4 to 6 hours?
and load it up. Take it to her house, unload it.
Did you take it to her house?
Yes, I did.
No, he did not, Your Honor. I have no supplies for that 900 that he was given. I have no supplies from that money.
Did you ever do any of the work?
No, not for that term, not. for-
Well, you said you spent 8 hours and it took you 4 to 6 hours to buy materials.
Correct.
Of the latter part, the 2 to 4 hours, what did you do to earn that money?
Excuse me? I do have little.
Okay,
Bad hearing.
okay, so let me keep my voice up nice and loud. Of the 8 hours that you said you spent after she gave the $900 to you, right? That's what you told me. And that's what she said, right? you spent 4 to 6 hours acquiring the materials, right?
Correct.
That means you're either 2 to 4 hours short of 8 hours. You follow me?
Correct.
What did you do work-wise at her house during that period of time?
Like I said, I want to purchase the wood.
We already know that.
Okay, so I unloaded at her house. I couldn't do anything with the wood because it was raining. I need the wood outside so I could start burning it and so I could stain it.
Did you do any of that?
Did I do any of that?
Yeah.
No, because I couldn't do it. The weather was not cooperating.
Hang on,
And she knew
hang
it.
on,
Your Honor, Mayor.
hang on. Are you telling me that other than going and getting the materials, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Other than going and acquiring the materials and bringing them back to a residence, you didn't do any work at the property at all then, right?
No, I did do work at the property. I didn't work with the molding.
Listen to what I'm asking. Are you listening to my questions?
Yes, you're asking me if I did any work.
You told me you spent 8 hours. Then I said, how many hours did you spend getting the materials? You said 4 to 6. Then I asked what other work you did, and you said you brought the materials over, but weather didn't permit, so you didn't do any work.
No, I did do work in the house. I didn't.
After the 900
Yes,
was paid, after the 900 was paid to you,
Yes.
I must be really doing a horrible job today. I'm ready to go, maybe I should quit and go sell hot dogs somewhere. I don't know what to say to you. You're giving me all kinds of answers. I don't know what to believe anymore. What kind of work did you do at her property after she gave you the additional $900? You said you went and got the materials, and you said that took you 4 to 6 hours, and you said that then you dropped off the materials, which, by the way, she denies. I'm just trying to figure out what else you did after she paid the $900 other than go get the materials and drop them off. So tell me, what did you do?
The wall panels. I was installing the wall panels.
Is that true?
No, that's not true, Your
How
Honor.
long did that take you to install wall panels?
I installed it and.
Wait, how long did that take?
Go ahead.
No, I want you to answer.
No, so they installed one wall panel. I installed the rest of the wall panels because they couldn't do the job.
How long did that take?
It took me to install the wall panels. It took me around. I do the job by myself, so I would say like 4 hours installing wall panels.
Then you way underestimated what you told me before. Because before you told me it took you 4 to 6 hours to get the materials at Home Depot.
Correct.
And then you told me in addition to that, you spent time going over and dropping off the materials. How long did that take you?
And when we were talking about the 800, I thought we were just talking about based on the money for the material. But doing the wall panels, it took me 4 hours to put the wall panels up there.
Well, then you way underestimated the amount of hours that you spent working there after you gave the $900. When you told me it was 8 hours, you just said you took 4 hours to do the wall panels. It took you 4 to 6 hours to get the materials at Home Depot. And then in addition to that, you brought the materials over. How long did it take you to drop the materials off? But they were in your truck, right?
They were in my truck, correct.
And you were at your house.
At where? At my house?
Did you go straight from Home Depot to her house?
Yeah, to her house. It's 15 minutes away.
Okay, so how long did that take you in addition to the 4 to 6 hours that you were at Home Depot?
It took me 4 hours right there at Home Depot to unload my truck. It took me like an hour because I gotta go around the vehicles in the garbage.
You said 4 to 6 hours it took you to get the materials. Did that include or not include the time it took for you to drop off the materials at her house?
Yes,
It wasn't a yes or no question. Did it include or not include the time that you took to drop the materials from Home Depot off at her house?
it didn't do that.
Did not.
No,
So when you said 4 to 6 hours at Home Depot, you said 4 hours for the wall panels to be installed. That's at least 8, maybe 10. And now you've got extra time dropping off the materials, right?
correct.
And you're saying he didn't install the wood wall panels.
No, Your Honor, he didn't. I have pictures of my son and my husband putting them up themselves.
Let me see. You know what I want to do? I'm going to come out there and look at this. I'm going to come out and look at it. You guys want me to come out and look at it?
Yes, Your Honor, I would love to.
Can I see those pictures soon, Your Honor?
Sure. Yeah.
May I say something, Your Honor?
Sure.
The last time that Israel was at our home was on February 21st.
What did he do then?
He was supposed to, put the countertops together. It was raining that day.
Is that when he brought the materials back?
No, I have no materials for moldings, any of the 900 that was given to him. He came, which is Saturday, the 21st, it was raining, to do countertops. He said that he could not do the countertops that day because it was pouring down rain. I said, well, can't you just do the countertops in our fireplace room that's connected to the kitchen? That's our work area right now. No, they need to be taken outside to be done. He said, I will be back tomorrow on Sunday if weather permits,
On February 22.
on February 22.
And he come back?
No,
Was the weather all right?
yes, it was beautiful.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
Why didn't you go back? Or did you go back?
She wanted the sink installed as well. I can't mess with the plumbing because I have to turn off the main. And I will not be back Monday because I have to work my job. And I told her that. I'm not gonna be back Saturday. I'm not gonna be back Sunday for that reason. Sunday night, her son calls me, threatens me not to go back to the house. Because if I do, I know that he carries a CPL and I know what will happen if I arrive to his house. I told him, just put my tools in the porch, I'll pick them up. They told me no, nothing was gonna be put on the porch. And when he told me that he has a CPL, and if I arrive to his house, I will know what happened, I called the cops. I did the police report I didn't do the police report with the cop. I did, call dispatch, I reported what was going on, and dispatch sent the police to their house. When the police arrived to their house, my tools were
On
not.
Long Meadow?
What was that?
On Long Meadow?
Yes,
Yes, Your Honor.
What?
when the police arrived to their house.
Why was your son telling me he had a CPL?
My son did not tell him that, sir.
Does your son have a CPL?
Yes, he does, but my son did not tell him that.
How do you know that?
I was with my son
Because-
today.
Wait on. If your son didn't tell him that, how did he know that your son had a CPL?
When he was working at the house in conversations, my son was in and out of the house. That was not.
Do you have any
My son
idea?
does have a CPL, but
Do you have any idea how he knew your son had a CPL if he didn't tell him?
I do not know. that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
He's not gonna tell you because I'm a felon and I tell all my customers that I'm a felon. And her son came in there intoxicated with his cousin.
All right. I don't
Hang
want,
on, Your Honor. They were talking crap. And his cousin was going too hard on her son. Her son pulled out his gun, tried to hand it to me, and told me, shoot him. Shoot him if he wants to, Israel.
what is going on in this world?
That is not true.
Okay. I want to come and look at the property. Did you see the picture?
Did I take pictures?
No. Did you look at the picture that she
Yeah,
showed?
the one that her husband is standing next to it. Yeah, that's the job that I did.
You did that?
Yes, I did.
Where's your husband?
My husband is at home, sick right now with cancer.
I'm
He
sorry,
did not come today. But I do have,
your daughter. Who is that?
that is my soon-to-be daughter.
which she was never there when I was doing work. She was always in the basement.
How much money did you pay him in total?
In total, $4,100, Your Honor.
And what work still has to be done? Did you agree with that?
4,100, yes.
How much work still has to be done?
March 13th, after we let Israel go, we called him and told him he was no longer allowed on the property. He left us 7 weeks with no running water, no means to cook, no stove. On the 13th, I had another contractor come in the home to get us functional. Right now, we do have a sink that the contractor put in for us and the stove.
But no cabinets.
The cabinets, yes, the contractor put those in for us and got it.
What contractor?
Wait,
Another one?
yes,
How much did you pay him?
I have paid him $2,800 to get us functional.
So you have $6,900 into this job. How much has not been done of the job that you want? What you guys in your mind agreed to contract for, how much has not been done? What has not been done?
I still have moldings that the contractor needs to put up.
How much is he going to charge you to do that?
He is charging me $800 to stain, cut them, and put them all up throughout the kitchen.
Where'd he-
Doorways included,
What's that?
and the doorways, molding doorways.
So now you're into 7,700, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
And what else needs to be done?
The floor needs to be done, but that was not part of our agreement.
Okay. And you paid him 41. So essentially you are out, if you will. Would that take care of what you told me the contractor is going to do? Would that take care of everything
Yeah, sure.
that you contracted with Mr. Camarino, Camarina to do?
Yes,
But you only paid him 41, but you contracted to pay him 5,000, right?
correct.
Plus you added some things.
Correct, Your Honor.
What things did she add?
The molding was added, the fridge was added.
I'm still trying to figure out if you dropped off the molding. Somebody's lying to me here. Wait a minute. Somebody is lying. And I'm gonna find out who it is, and they're not gonna like what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ask you two one time. Did he drop off the moldings?
No, Your Honor, he did not.
Did you drop off the
Yes, I did,
moldings?
Your Honor.
Where did you get the moldings you just referred to as the new contractor having to put in?
I have not purchased them yet. I have to repurchase all the, molding.
Do you have a receipt for the moldings that
I
you
give
purchased?
them all to her.
You have them?
I do not have receipts, Your Honor. I do not have.
You got the copy though.
No, I give her all the receipts, then she writes it on the paper. This is paid, the molding was paid.
Where's your copy of it if she gave it to you?
No, she has the papers. I don't get a copy of it.
I had him sign, Your Honor, every time money was exchanged and what it was for. But I do not have the supplies for the 900 that he asked for to do the
Is
mold.
that true? Did she have you sign all these documents?
Yeah,
But you
and
didn't,
when I signed it was because she's satisfied and her stuff is there. It doesn't make sense.
hang on a
to me.
second. Why didn't you write down that you delivered those?
Because that was already paid for and I'm not gonna carry 12-foot boards on a 5-foot bed all the way to Detroit and back. It does not make sense. When she has a garage and I can use her garage to store the wood in there, which is in there. And then I pull it out, I use my things, I start burning it, stain it, let it dry, call it a day. I can't stain it because then the wood will warp in the cold. And I told her that.
And you say he never sent.
I never got the supplies, the 900 that he was given to do that work. I have no materials at all in my home for that.
Her husband that allegedly has cancer.
All right, come on then.
No. Supposedly her son was the one with some sort of cancer. Now it's her husband with cancer. It just does not make sense.
I never said my son had cancer. My husband is not here with me today. because he is dealing with issues from bladder cancer and prostate cancer there.
Okay. That's the one that you thought needed and.
All right, come on.
No, I'm being, I don't. need to
All
lie.
right,
I don't. need
all
to
right,
lie about anything.
all right. I want to come and see if the moldings are in the garage.
I know there's no moldings at my house.
I want to come and see if the moldings are in the garage.
That's fine, you're
I want to come right now. You okay with that?
right.
We're gonna all meet there.
Could I see, I'm missing a framing nail gun and a battery.
You're gonna
My
come. with-
tools were stolen.
We're all going. It's not far from here.
I
Hang on. Listen, folks.
am banned from our household, just to let you know.
Is there a PPO issued by a judge?
Yeah. Oh.
No,
Well, you just called them up and told them you didn't want them.
So
I was trespassing.
when the police came to the home that night, they said, "Do you want him on the property?" I said, "No."
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you don't mind if I bring them there now, right?
I have no problem.
You don't have any PPO signed by any judge, right? So no judge, wait, just please listen. So nobody in the circuit court has told you or signed an order saying he can't be on the property, right?
No, you're.
Okay, here's what I'm doing. I'm meeting you guys there in 10 minutes. Don't open anything until I get there. You know where it is. It's at 2880 Long Meadow. Is that north or south of West Road?
My house sits right behind. Don't know.
That's,
Southwest.
yep, okay. I'll be there.
Can I say something?
Now, folks, I gotta go. Hang on. I gotta go. I'm not making my decision today. You guys are coming back in a week. Give them a date, Jennifer, quickly, please. And make sure that all these pictures are copied. Okay? Give me a date, Jennifer, please.
Yes, you said 1 week.
Yes.
Weekend nor his attorney check in.
Do you have another place to go today?
Not till 9:45.
Why don't you just mute us and I'll call the case again. I'm never excited about having to get people online and be their babysitter, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this was scheduled for 8:30. They should have been here. It seemingly happens with these out-of-state law firms. I don't know if somebody was standing in or not, but I see the appearance was filed by somebody out of New York. So I'll go ahead and go on to a couple others and I'll recall it in 20 minutes, okay?
Okay, thank you. I'll
Thank
email
you.
him in the meantime. Thanks.
Or until they get here. If they get here sooner, obviously I'll call it sooner.
Okay.
Midland Credit versus Janice L. Cropod, 2600135. Good morning,
Your
Mr.
Honor, the
Granada.
parties
you
are
here on
still-
this?
Nope, the parties on that one are still in the breakout rooms talking. Would you like me to have them come out?
No, that's okay. Let me go on to another one. Is Ford Motor versus Labadie here?
Not yet. That one's set at 9, so they've got
Do
a
you have
few
any
more
other
minutes.
9 o'clocks? Mr. Granada, what are you here on, sir?
He's working on it in custody in Brownstown.
Oh, so you're
Yeah.
calling, did you call Brownstown yet?
I have not called Brownstown yet. To get them on Zoom?
Well, you're gonna talk to your client, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so call over to Brownstown. John will give you the number. I think it's
I got it.
675.
He's done.
Okay, call over to Brownstown and have them get the guy on the phone for you, okay?
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you. What else do I have here? Anything?
Judge, we're kind of in a holding pattern until the parties come out of the breakout room or the 9 o'clock appears.
Okay. Would you call that office, Jennifer? 332.
Yes, I'm in the process.
Thank you. Supposed to be 80 in New York tomorrow.
Trenton has a search warrant, Driscoll, he was gonna email it over for cell phones that are in. You don't want them coming to you.
I do.
You do?
Yeah, if he doesn't. So who's that in custody with Jim?
Or Brownstown.
You don't know who the detective is, do you?
I have one, yeah, but I didn't look. So,
Judge, I was only able to leave a voicemail for the plaintiff's or defendant's attorney.
Ms. Fisher, I'm gonna do what you want. Do you want me to reschedule? You want to default? What do you want to do? I mean,
I just sent an email to Matt Langston. We do work with his office. I see that we had some settlement discussions, but we don't have anything signed. At this time, I'd like to ask for a default judgment under the 7-day rule, and hopefully I'll get in touch with him maybe later today, and we'll do a consent judgment.
why don't you give me 10 more minutes if you don't mind, okay? I hate
Yeah.
to do that.
No, no problem.
Good morning, Mr. Sefton. Which one are you on?
I'm on with Janice Procon.
Midland Credit versus
I may
Janice
be a
L.
mess out of her name. I apologize.
Midland Credit versus Janice L. Kropog, 2600135. She was in the breakout room with you, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Kropog, can you tell me your name, please, ma'am?
You might have to bring her back in. She was having
Yeah,
trouble.
she's on the screen. You have to unmute and start your video, ma'am.
Okay. Start my video.
There you go. I think you got it.
There. Okay.
There you go. Okay, your name?
Okay. My name is Janice Kropog.
All right, good morning. Is there a resolution on this, Mr. Sefton?
May it please the court. The issue might be that she has not sent them a copy of her answer. She brought it to the court. She filed the answer, but wasn't aware that Midland had not received it. After she explained her health issues and the fact she's on Social Security, I'm going to write a letter to them, or my report actually, which I sent to a firm in California that was hired by a firm in Utah, hired by a firm in Michigan to hire me from Lake Odessa. And if the court understood that, they know how complicated this stuff is. And suggest that if they want to try and chase her, they're not going to catch her because of her health issues and the fact she's on SSD. But they have a perfect right to waste their money and give me money, so I don't object too much to that. But I am going to suggest that this might be a case they might want to give serious consideration to dismissing without prejudice and letting.
How about I adjourn the pretrial for 3 weeks?
Your Honor, I would suggest that allowed basically to give them an opportunity to get the stuff. I would say I would go about 45 days because by the time they get
No problem. No problem.
Yeah, I mean,
Give me a date like the 3rd week of June, if you would, Jennifer.
Judge, we have June 15th or June 29th.
June 29th would be probably.
We'll do June 29th.
Okay.
At
8:30 again.
Okay, so ma'am, do you understand? I'm going to adjourn this until June 29th. Mr. Sefton's going to send a letter to his client, explain the hardship that's involved, and he's going to lay the cards out on the table, and maybe they'll go ahead and dismiss. If you don't have the money to collect, it doesn't make any sense.
Okay. Yep. I have no problem, Your Honor, showing up as long as I'm not in the hospital.
Well, good luck to you. I wish you well. I'm going to make it June 29th at 8:30.
Janice, if you are in the hospital, let the court know that you can't attend and the court will adjourn it.
Thank you. I will. I absolutely will.
This isn't my rule. They're asking that everybody fill out these public satisfaction surveys, if you wouldn't mind. I don't know why they do that, but I just go along with what they tell me, just like every employee does with their boss. So that's what I'm gonna ask you to do if you get a minute. If not, I understand. Have a great day. June
Thank you, Your
29th,
Honor. You have a
8:30.
blessed day.
Thank you.
It was very
Thank
nice
you.
speaking with you, Janice. You take care of yourself now.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you,
Good
guys.
luck. Good
Yeah,
luck.
right.
Have a beautiful day.
Thank you,
Thank you
ma'am.
very much. Ford Motor versus Labadie. Daniel N. and Kelly L. Labadie, 2600424. Are
Your Honor,
they
I don't have
ready?
plaintiff's counsel yet.
All right. We don't have anybody for hostage on Jefferson Capital.
No, Your Honor, and they've not returned my call.
Jefferson Capital versus Joe Tostage, 2600218. Counsel, your appearance.
Mary Michelle Bourne Fisher, on behalf of plaintiff, I did just receive an email back from Mr. Langston, and it says that he did not receive the notice. He can be here in less than 5 minutes, so I'm totally fine waiting.
Good enough. I'll put that one aside.
Okay,
Yeah, well, Ford Motor versus Labadie isn't up till 9 anyway, so I'll just wait right here as soon as Mr. Langston or whoever, I don't know who you said. Anyway, I'll call that as soon as he arrives. Hmm. All right. Who else do I have? Anybody at all, Jen?
No, Your Honor, we're kind of in between.
Jennifer, the 11:30s, who's on those? Can you tell me, are there lawyers? Are there
Your Honor, we don't
impro?
have, our last case is at 10:30. It's
I
a
don't have
motion with
anything at
two
all.
attorneys. No, everything after that, after the 10:30 resolved until 1 with our carryover landlord tenant.
Okay, so, my father is deceased 40 years ago today, and I'm gonna go to church with my mother and brother at noon, and I might just be a few minutes late. I'll do everything I can to get here back on time,
That's,
okay?
yeah, Judge, these are all return hearings, so I'll just get the parties in to speak with each other.
That's good. Just
Yeah, so that'll
explain
take
to
them
me.
a little bit of time to discuss
Are
possible
those
consents.
the 1 o'clock? Are those with just lawyers? Or are they with
Yes.
lawyers in pro per?
There's lawyers at 1 o'clock. There's lawyers in impropers at 1:30.
Would you do me a favor? Call the lawyers at 1 and ask them to come in at 1:30. Will you do that for me, please?
Sure.
I don't need them waiting around.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's
Okay,
Levine, Pentuck, and Pallets, so shouldn't be a problem.
perfect. Thank you very much.
No problem. I do have plaintiff's attorney on the 9 o'clock for Ford Motor, but we could give a few minutes for defendants to appear.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think I've had you in front of me before. Have I, counsel, or have I?
you're referring to me?
Yeah, or have I? Have you been in front of me
Yes.
before?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yep. I'm
I
kind
get
of
so
new
many
at
lawyers.
Weber Cease, though. I've only
I
been
get
there.
so many lawyers, different lawyers on these civil cases. And who
Yeah.
did you say the defense lawyer is going to be?
Matthew Langston.
Okay, that's him. All right, I see. Okay. All right. Mr. Labby, I'm going to ask you to take your hat off if you would, please, sir. And as soon as I'm going to be able to, are they ready on Ford Motor versus Labby right now? Jen?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I just put the attorney and the Labadies in the breakout room on the Ford
Okay,
Motor matter.
Okay, good enough.
Okay, sorry. This is the civil clerk. What can I help you with? Uh-huh.
I didn't know that.
Pistons played good, eh?
You haven't found it yet?
Yeah, I started off a little slow, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow. Tobias Harris was on fire.
that one guy, that Jenkins,
Yeah.
he was shooting lights out.
Good morning, Mr. Langston. I'm going to go ahead and call this case now.
Okay, I get my apologies, Your Honor. I did not
All right.
see the notice.
Jefferson
sat down.
Capital versus Joe Tostage, 2600218. Okay. Your appearances, please.
Michelle Bourne Fisher, P67527, on behalf of plaintiff.
And good morning, Your Honor. Matthew Langston, P7983, appearing on behalf of the defendant.
You guys just want dates? Or do you want to talk
Yes.
about it?
Yeah, we'll email each other, but yeah, dates would be great.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you discovery cutoff will be July the 12th. No ADR. Nobody demanded a jury, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Witness lists are due on June the 12th. Obviously, there being no jury, I'm not going to have a settlement conference date. August the 24th will be the trial date. Right, Jen, at 10:30?
Yes, Your Honor.
You don't have to
You said-
file a trial brief. If you choose to file one, you have to file and exchange it not later than 20 days before the trial date. I think that covers it. All motions for summary have to be filed and heard, not later than 20 days before the trial date. So you'd have to file it sometime around discovery cutoff date.
Okay.
Okay? Anything else, Ms. Bourne Fisher?
No, I have nothing else.
Mr. Langston, anything else?
Just to confirm those dates, that was July 12th for the end of
Discovery
discovery,
cutoff.
June 12th for witness list and exhibits, and I missed the trial date.
August 24th at 10:30 a.m. And I don't really need exhibit lists, but I don't really need exhibit lists. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Okay, let me just check one thing here. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I don't need exhibit lists. Okay, guys, again, the Supreme Court wants us to have those satisfaction surveys filled out. If you wouldn't mind taking a minute, I'd appreciate it. Have a great day. Thank you very much. We'll
Thank you,
see
Your
you
Honor.
later. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks,
You
Michelle.
have, here you go, Sadie. Do we have, is the Ford Motor lawyer here? He's here, right?
Yes, they're in a breakout.
Okay. Yeah, Connie, to the scary. Wow.
Yeah.
I'd like to know what Harris's field goal percentage was.
I don't know, it's pretty high though.
I don't remember him missing his last 8 shots. There were 10 shots even.
There's one too.
Yeah, I saw that. I watched the game for a while.
Went to sleep.
It's a good win when you got the pitching chaos, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They only gave up 1 run.
Driscoll said he's gonna come.
Yeah. With Cam Young is playing good golf.
Did he win it?
By like 7 or 8 shots. 7 shots, I think, or 6. Maybe 7 or 8.
I seen he was leading. Shuffle was right behind.
Scheffler finished second by himself.
Hmm.
Like 7 shots, I think it was. I saw Cleveland beat Toronto.
Yeah. It'll be a tough series.
I know. That Harden is something else. But they got some good players.
Yeah. See the hockey game, Montreal in front on Tampa?
Who won?
Montreal won 2-1. They had 8 shots all game. Both goals were flips. One goal went off one of the Tampa Bay guys, off his pants. And the other goal, the guy shot it wide, went off the glass, came back, and the guy had like baseball batted it out of the air. 2 fluke goals. Yeah. Tampa Bay had 29 shots. I don't know. Hopefully they lose.
What game was that?
That was game 7 of the first round.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was in Tampa too.
Can't root for those Canadian teams.
They haven't won a cup since the 90s.
I know. That's why I root for them.
Keep them down.
What's that?
Keep them down.
Good morning. Are you guys ready on that, Ms. Are you here on Ford Motor?
Yes, we're ready. We've made an agreement.
Okay. Ford Motor Company versus Daniel N. and Kelly L. Labadie, 2600424. Good morning, Ms. Strada. I have a hard time with that. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
Stradowski.
Good morning. Robin
Your appearance?
Stradowski on behalf of Ford Motor Credit Company.
Mr. Labadie, your name, sir?
My name is Daniel Labadie.
Mrs. Labadie?
Kelly Labadie?
All right. Any
There she is.
resolution on this?
Yes, we have spoken and we've agreed that the defendants will enter into a consent judgment where they will pay $200 a month beginning June 15th and then by the 15th of each month until paid.
What is the total amount of the judgment? Can you give me the breakdown?
Yes, the damages is $4,043.64. The cost of $135.64 and statutory attorney fee of $75 for a total amount of $4,254.28.
Do you agree that you owe that amount, Mr. Labadie?
Yes, I do.
Do you, Ms. Labadie?
Yes.
So she's telling me you guys are agreeing to the judgment, a judgment in that amount in favor of the plaintiff Ford Motor Credit Company for the amount of $425,428. In favor of the plaintiff and against each of you jointly and severally, with the understanding that installment payment orders would be paid at the rate of $200. Installment payments would be made at the rate of $200 per month beginning June the 15th and the 15th of every month thereafter until paid in full. Do you agree to that, Mr. Labadie?
I do agree.
Do you, Ms. Labadie?
Yes, I do.
And I want you to understand, so long as you make those payments as agreed upon, they cannot garnish wages. They could garnish bank accounts, they could garnish tax returns, but they cannot garnish wages. Do you understand that, Mr. Labadie?
Yes.
Ms. Labadie?
Yes.
Does Ms. Stradowski have your permission to sign your name to that proposed consent judgment, Mr. Labadie?
Yes.
Ms. Labadie?
Yes, she does.
Do you have any questions at all for me, Mr. Labadie?
Just once this is on file, will I get something in the mail regarding
Yeah,
this?
she's going to submit it to me in the next probably 24 hours, I'm guessing, and then I'll
Yeah.
sign it. Sometimes I don't get to them as quick as I'd like, but you should definitely have that by Thursday or Friday at the latest.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Ma'am, do you have any questions, Ms. Labadie?
No.
Thank you very much. Have a great day. Again, there's a public satisfaction survey. It's not my doing. The Supreme Court wants us to do that. If you have a minute to fill that out, I would appreciate it. They want us to tell you that. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Good luck, folks.
You
Thank
too.
All right, what else do I have here? Anything else that's ready?
No, Judge, our next call is at 9:30.
All right.
We got 4 at 9:30, 2 at 10, and 1 at 10:30.
Okay. We have any, so the ones at 11:30 settled, right?
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you.
This courtroom moment shows how one small mistake can turn into a big problem. A man was told to pay $255 for his case, But instead, he paid a different ticket and showed up with nothing. The judge didn't hold back. I didn't ask you about any other case. I told you to pay this one. No excuses, no confusion, just accountability. Still, she gives him one last chance. Pay something now or face bigger consequences later. In court, it's simple. Do what you're told or deal with the outcome. Like and subscribe for more courtroom moments.